Hey guys, welcome back to Upstate Bowhunter. Today we're going to be doing a Euro mount decorative wall piece. Some purchase items and just some stuff that I've received and some stuff I found around the house. So what I've got right here is a piece of old barnwood with old sawmill marks. In here it's a old piece of wood I got from my buddy Jamie, who I hunt with. You've seen on some of our hunting videos. This piece was burnt because it was next to a wood stove, so it's got a lot of character to it. I've pre-drilled holes to mount my stuff, so this video wouldn't take forever. It also has original holes, even has nails from when it was originally installed on the house. So this is a nice piece of wood. These holes here, I got holes here. These are going to mount my piece of wood. These are for my vegetation that I'm going to be adding. This piece of wood, actually I cut down this afternoon off a dead tree in my front yard. And as you can see on the back, I've cut it here so it'll lay flat on the board, and then I slotted the back to take vegetation, slotted the back here, take a clamp to hold it, and then you see the barbed wire. I found that up in my upper loft. It's an old rusty twist barbed wire. Some real nice stuff. Should work pretty good. You can see how I cut it. Obviously no one's going to see that, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's going to be, you can see my pre-drilled holes. So basically it's going to sit just like that. So I'll get to making it and I'll explain it as I go. So I'll set this off to the side. Now I've got some vegetation. I've got ferns. I got this vegetation from Hobby Lobby. The ferns, if you're looking for something like this, I went with the fake stuff because obviously real stuff is just going to degrade and fall apart. If you want to get this stuff, it's right at Hobby Lobby. It was $9 a piece. Kind of steep, but for what you want to do, it'll last forever. If you're looking for the code on it, it's 1747831. I got 2 pieces of that. Then I also got some oak branches, some fake stuff. It's got acorns on it. Should work pretty good. We're going to mount those there in a second. Those oak branches were $6, and the code on those were FFS13. So let's mount those real quick. Take my hot glue, just going to fill the hole. Let that sit there, set that down, take this, jam that in. About right there is going to be good, I think. I'm going to take this and just cover it up. Now I'll move on. I'm going to be doing the oak branch. Oak branches should work pretty good. If I can get that hot glue gun to sit still. That's how I want it. Get that acorn out. I'm putting the oak in behind the fern just because I think it'll look better. Shove it right down in there. That like that. And a lot of these have internal wires, so if you want to bend them, manipulate them, wrap them around whatever you're working on, they work great. So I'm going to do the opposite side here, which same thing, but I've got a fern and I also have maple. Let's see here, let's throw this a piece of maple. The maple was also $6. That's the Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby number FFS101. So relatively cheap if you want to try to do it yourself. I'm going to fill that hole up. Let's see here. Shove that in. That looks pretty good there. I'm going to cover that one again. Cover this. Make sure that doesn't move. And don't worry about the hot glue, people seeing it. It actually is going to be underneath your wood that you're using, so it'll look natural. I'm using Gorilla Glue hot sticks. Used those on other projects that I've worked on. They actually work pretty well. Okay, let's add the fern now. Now, and there's two different sides to this fern. You got a back side, and you got the front side. I'm actually going to leave it so the vegetation, when it falls, you're going to see more of the flat side rather than the back side. So add a little bit to this hole. Take that, put that right there. Stuff that down in there. Make sure it gets in there before it dries. Cover that up a little bit. Okay. That's setting up pretty good. Let's add another stick. So now we got that in. Now, in the beginning, I told you I notched out the end. I notched out this end to receive cattails. The cattails were probably, as far as the vegetation is concerned, the most expensive. They were $14 from Hobby Lobby, and a Hobby Lobby number 387696. They actually are pretty good. Just like with natural vegetation, real stuff, it has a tendency to fall apart over time. This stuff, I think, would work really well. So on the back side of my piece of wood here, you'll see I have it notched out right through here. So basically, I'm going to find which side I think looks the best. And these are also wire filled, so you can expand them, bend them, do whatever you want to do. You want to make one that's kind of bent over like it broke. You know, you could do any of that. So I'm just going to lay that in there. And the way I've got it is, I'll put the vegetation like that. The piece of fencing that I have here, the barbed wire is going to actually hold it down as well. But in my toolbox, I found a little U-clamp. Well, like a little hat clamp. That's going to go over here. I'm setting that over top. Get that down in the hole there. And that's over the meat section of the cattails, where everything comes together and they got it wrapped. That's the heaviest part. So I'm going to put those in. I'm only using little 1-inch sheetrock screws. Nothing major, cheap ones. Once it's on the wall, it's not going anywhere. You don't have to spend a ton of money on your stuff. And put that down here. That didn't hit. Let's back this out just a little bit. Alright. Let's see if it's going to make me a liar. There we go. Like this. There we go. By doing this, you hold it in place, and if you want, you'd be able to bend and pull it. You don't have to worry about, you know, things breaking and falling off, and then you got to start all over. So I'm going to take this vegetation, I'm going to take it, I'm going to add it to the back here. And like I said, I've already got it pre-drilled from where I want to put it. So, add it right there. Vegetation coming out the sides. Now these ferns, I'm going to tuck in front and behind. I'm going to bring those down, bend these down, bend these down. That vegetation right there. Okay, it's kind of where I want it, I think. That's everything. Okay. Okay, so I got that there. Now, I'm just going to rotate it over. And I'm not worried about it hurting anything, for the simple fact that everything's fake. But it will work pretty good. So right now I'm using some 3-inch just to lag in there. Get it started, make it hold in place. Take this guy. There, that's in. And I countersunk these holes. So when it goes against the wall, it's not going to be sticking out. Alright, I need one more of those. Let me grab those. Yeah, that's all I use. These guys here. Nothing major. But yeah, nice little project. I've been seeing people having these on their walls, but nothing's been really super intricate. So I decided to make my own. Make sure it goes flat. Yeah, that's touching. Let's go back to here. There. And that top one should be pretty good. We'll flip her over. Alright, so we got that. Nice little setup. So now we'll just start bending stuff around. We'll put that fern out this way. We'll take these ferns. And then we'll wrap it this way. Take some of these oak branches, bend them down. There we go. And take this oak branch, tuck it right up in there to hold. Okay. Bend some of these down. Put a few underneath that barbed wire. Bend these out. Now, span these out a little bit. And it's not moving whatsoever. So everything's pretty tight, so that's good. Alright, so we got that there. Now, probably wondering what deer I'm going to put on here. I'm actually going to be using the Mountain Mike's Skullmaster Medium. This here, the Mountain Mike Skullmaster Medium. Pretty good. That was my wife picked it up for me for my birthday. 35 bucks on Amazon. Not bad. So now I'm going to take my base of my, I'm going to take the base of my skull, which I've got right here. This is gonna mount in. I've got a hole here and I've got a hole here for two mounting positions. One's gonna be in the center, right in the middle of the teeth, and then in the mounting hole, it's gonna lock into that little keyway area. So I'm just gonna find my hole, rotate it. Okay, that's where I want it. Probably shouldn't use the impact, but to save on time, I'm not gonna hammer down on it. And that's actually not going to do it, because it's too short. I have my Phillips head back here. We'll hammer it down with this, I guess. Alright, so that's almost in. We'll take this guy, put it right here. Alright, we'll tighten this guy just down a little bit. Make sure it doesn't go nowhere. Perfect. Not moving. So, I do have some other vegetation I'm going to add. I have this stuff here. They also sell this at Hobby Lobby. I didn't buy this stuff today. I actually got this from my mom. She does floral arrangements and stuff, so she had quite a bit of stuff. So I grabbed some of this. Figured it looked pretty cool. I'm going to take my hot glue from my pre-drilled hole. I put one on the inside of the log here. Just gotta find it. Yeah, right there. Well, burning down the neighborhood here. Alright. Ooh, that's hot. Fill that hole up. Alright. Bubbles came out. Take this. And we're just going to add that to the hole. Shove that in there. Alright. So, we got some of that. I'm going to add that. I'm going to wrap that this way. Wrap that over top there. Put some through there. And probably. Not sure if I like that. I'll wrap it just like this. How's that? Just like that. We'll shove some. We'll take some of this, separate it out a little bit, run that back down through underneath the skull, and put some up through here, over top, bring that down. You know, sometimes it might be a little too much, but I think it looks alright from there. Okay, so we got that. I have other vegetation I'm going to be using as well. I have, it's called Proflora moss. I'm going to add some moss to this as well. I'm probably going to add it to the top of the stump, base of the stump, probably in and around the crotch of the tree, down around the corners. I might even add a little bit to the skull itself. But that's at the end. I do have some other vegetation that I'm going to bring down. Right there. Got some of this stuff here. I'm going to add that, just tuck that in the corner. Bring that down, have that hang off the base. This stuff here actually came off of my oak and maple leaves. So I got that done. I mean, it's once you get it preset up, it's not bad if you got an idea on how you want it to flow. Let's see, what else do I got here? I wonder if I should add those antlers yet, or add the moss. I'll probably just add the moss. So let's grab some moss here. This is going to be the messiest part. Just rip off a couple. A little piece right here. Alright. Got that little guy right there. Now they do also sell moss with backing. I should have went with the backing, but when I bought this I went to Walmart. I should have waited before I went to Hobby Lobby and got a Hobby Lobby because I noticed they did have some moss with backing on it. So in the process, you know, moss, if you handle it too much, it falls apart. So hopefully this comes out all right. I'm going to try not to handle it too much. I'm going to load this guy up. Before she gets too cold, we'll take this and we'll just add that right there, right on the end. I'm not going to do the entire thing. There. And that should hold. I mean, honestly, it's going to be hanging on the wall, so it's not going to be getting banged around or dropped, hopefully. If you don't have any cats that are jerks and want to, you know, play with things that are hanging. Or if you got kids for that matter. Which I have kids, but they know not to touch my mounts or anything. Now we'll let that cool down. Not really cool down, let that heat up, get some more in there, and we'll add some more moss. I think I'm going to add some, yeah, I think I'm going to add some down in this section. I'm going to add some moss down in this section. And I also have another shed antler that I think I was going to add in there as well. I've got this right here. This is pretty decent size. You can see pretty good size. You know, on your brow tines, oh, that's at least 4.5 inches, maybe 5 inches brow tine. Pretty good size. Then you got your G2s, your G3s, pretty good size. This was actually weathered. You got the squirrels and stuff that chewed on it. You got the tooth marks. The brow tine has actually been chewed right down. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's all chewed down on the tip. I might actually add that to this section over here, or I might just do a wrap around design. Haven't decided yet. That'll probably be after the fact. If I like it or not, it might be too much. But it just sits in my garage right now, and it'd be nice to put it someplace. So that's for a later venture. So I got the moss on there. Let's add some moss up in the crotch here, up behind the deer head. Let's grab another little section. Trying to break it to make it look good. Looking for kind of like a longer piece. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So rotate that over. Okay. Put some hot glue on that guy. Doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see it. It's just basically there to hold it in place. This hot glue has actually works pretty good. So we'll tuck that right down there. It kind of fell apart. That's alright. There. That moss sits right there, right in the crotch of the tree. I should probably add a little bit right there, but I got another little patch that I saw here that actually looks pretty cool. I might actually add that. Might add that just on the side. Just another little visual. Nice little green patch. Probably add that right there. So, take that without burning yourself. Yeah, and if you guys like these videos, throw me a like, or a little subscribe or whatever. It's been a while since I posted anything. Been super busy. The food plot I've been working on. I didn't get to that till late, but I just went out, killed the weeds, wait for that to die, and then I'm going to go out and rake. My four-wheeler finally kicked the bucket, so my neighbor's going to come down with his haul rake and drag it for me to get rid of that thatch from the winter rye that I planted. Got a couple nice bucks on camera and regular cell phone camera. Been watching them for a little bit. Hopefully I can get my wife on a nice one this year. Get her first buck on the ground. Alright, so there's that. Some more there. I think I might add some up here, make another section on top. And I hope everybody's doing good today. You know, everybody's having a good weekend. Staying safe, staying healthy. And doing things they love to do. And I love art, so this is one of my passions. And two of my passions are art and hunting. And being able to do both is a blessing. Add that right to the top of that. There we go. Nice. Hopefully that stays. That should stay. I might have to add a little bit more to that back section. Down another stick. Let's add that here. Okay. Now, let's get back up here. See if I can add one without messing up my camera. My tripod didn't go high enough, so I've got 3 boat battery plastic containers. Got it lifted another 10 inches at least, so I can get in here. There we go. Nice. Stringers. Bring that back around. Let's get that off. Start the fire. Alright. So that's there. I got that section. Let's add some more. I'll put some more moss probably down on this side. Maybe tuck some into this corner. Just to hide. I do see some of that hot glue, so we'll tuck some there just to get rid of that. Pull these ferns out. There you go. Let's grab another section here. Okay. Nice long section already. Looks like it already broke off, so that'll be perfect. Yeah. Stuff that right on the side of the log. I mean, if you've got a better grade glue gun, I'm sure you can use silicone, but you know, with hot glue, it's pretty instantaneous that you can glue it, set it, and forget it. Alright, so I'm just going to take this, Drop that just like that. Ooh, hot glue on the hand. Ouch. Stuff that right in that section. Nice. Put that right there. I might actually not add any to the skull for right now. I'll see how it looks. So I got that on that section. I got a little bit there, here. Maybe you can add a little guy up top. Ooh, got another perfect little piece. Just a little guy. Alright. Well, I do appreciate you guys watching. I enjoy making these videos. I still haven't even mounted my turkey that I got this spring. I got the fan, the spurs, the beard, everything all set to go. I've got the piece of wood that I want to use to cut out my placard I want to make. But if you want to see a video on that, just send me a comment and say yeah. Or if you're not too concerned, is what it is. Alright, so we got that section. I wonder if I should add to the top there where it's broke. Because I figure moss sits where it's wet. It's always wet on the top of those crotches there. So maybe I add a little, just a little piece right there. That might be a little much. Yeah, that's going to be too much. Let's grab this little guy right here. Alright. Take this little section, set it about there, push it in. Come up around that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Alright. I don't know. I'm not really feeling that. Maybe I'll shove some of that under. Well, I'll just put it under here. Actually, let me take that back just a little bit. Where's my screwdriver? Always losing stuff. Okay, set that down. See, I would have added music to this. I might still when I edit it. But let's pull this out. Alright. Set that right there. I'll take this and put it right underneath the deer head. Just let it kind of dangle. There we go. Let it hang like that. And you know, it might be. It might actually be old vinage, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. That's a lot better. Okay. Take this guy. So, if this video is too long, I do apologize, but I know when I'm watching videos on how to do something or fix something, I'd like to know, you know, the ins and outs of it. instead of skipping sections. You're like, well, how did he do that? So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. We'll let that hang there. That's cool. Alright, so we got that done. I think I'm ready to mount my antlers. There it goes. Yeah. This right here, really nice. Good sized deer right here. My buddy Jamie and I were up shed hunting up at the farm. Come across, I forgot which side it was. It was either this side or this side. We found this side and then took it up to show my uncle, and he's like, you know what, I think I got a side that looks just like that. And I grabbed it. It's almost a symmetrical deer. I mean, really isn't much difference in it. I mean, this thing would score nice if it was older. I mean, brow tines are practically perfect. You know, your G2s are not much different in height. Your G3s are practically the same as well. And you got one little kicker at the front here. It's only about maybe 3/8 of an inch. But we'll set this on here. Now this is going to be the fun part, considering the screws are in, so now I got to come up through these bottom holes on that skull base. Set that there. Already got my handy dandy Mac tool. This thing's sweet. Pivots. You know, you want to turn corners. It's got its limitations though. When you're trying to get in someplace, you got to put pressure. This head tends to move on you. Say a few choice words. And my screws are not where I put them. What the heck? Alright, let's take that down for a second. I know my screws are around here. Oh, there they are. Ugh, buried in the moss. A couple little guys. Make sure they fit. Number 2s. Good deal. Okay. I'll take this skull. Put it right here. I'm going to sit down for this one. Alright. Find my hole. Gonna have to put this guy on. Come up. Okay. And there we go. And I dropped it. How about this? I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me screw that in. So I'll get this on, come back to the video, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, this is the final product. Get your moss. Got your cattails. I think it came out pretty sweet. Don't mind my dirty garage. Still haven't finished the drywall. Came out pretty good. And obviously we got those puppies on the wall. Foxtail, red fox, gray fox. Couple Tomers. And that guy there. And the spurs on that guy. Pretty gnarly. Heck yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to see more stuff like this, I'd be willing to do it. And hopefully you guys have a good day, have a great weekend, and God bless. Thank you for watching Upstate Bowhunter.